Welcome back, dear students. So I hope you all are fine, and today we'll be continuing with some more numbers on ratio and proportion. Okay, so let's start the numbers. The first question is, check whether the following are in proportion. Okay, so very easily we can solve this. So the first question, so as you can see here, students, the first number and the last number, that means the first term and the last term, are said to be extremes. They are called as extremes, and the middle two terms are known as means, right? The first and the last terms are called as extremes, and the middle two terms are called as means. So when the product of the extremes is equal to the product of means, we can say that the following numbers are in proportion. So let's write here, product of extremes. So what are the extremes here? 2 multiplied 2. This is 4 1 by 4 whole 1 by 2. 9 by 2. So we got here 9. Now let's find the product of means. The middle two terms, 3 whole 1 by 2 multiplied to 3. So that is 7 by 2 multiplied to 3. So now you can see here the product of extremes is 9 and the product of means is 21 by 2. So they are not equal. Hence, they are not in proportion. Since the product of the means is not equal to the product of extremes, so the given terms are not in proportion. And if these products are not equal, then they are not in proportion. Okay, so let's solve the next number now. Find the value of x. So question number 2, you have to find the value of x. So as you can see here, 65 is to x is equal to 13 is to 6. Okay, so this can be written as 65 by x is equal to 13 by 6. Okay, so how to find the value of x? If you remember, in your 6th class you have read that when you think about cross multiplication, okay, this is the complete pair and this is the incomplete one, right? Because we don't know the value of x. So x is equal to the complete pair, the product of complete pair by the incomplete number. That means there are 3 terms, so there are 4 terms in a proportion. Remember, there are 4 terms: first term, second term, third term, and fourth term. So if any one of the term is unknown, you can find it by thinking about the cross multiplication. Okay, so now we can easily find out 13 5s are 65, so that gives us 30. Okay, or in other ways also you can just think of the same concept, that is product of extremes should be equal to the product of means. As you can see, students, here what are the extremes? Extremes is 65 and 6, yes, and means are x and 13. Okay, so we can write it in this manner also. So we can write it as product of means. So what are the means here? X multiplied to 13. The product of means should be equal to the product of extremes, right? So this way also easily you can find out. Clear? The same answer you're going to get. So let's come to the next question now. Bit number 2. This is bit number 1. Let's come to bit number 2. 1 by 5. 1 by 15 is to 1 by 4 is proportional to. This sign stands for proportional to. Okay. So when the two ratios are equal to each other, they are said to be in proportion. So 1 by 15 is to 1 by 4 is equal to is proportional to x is to 1 by 5. So you can go for any one method. Let's go for this product of means is equal to the product of extremes. So as you can see here, students, these are the two middle terms, right? These are the two means and these are the two extremes, right? Let me solve it here and show you. See, these are the two means. So the product of means in a proportion, the product of means should be equal to the product of extremes. 1 by 15 multiplied to 1 by 5. Very clearly we can write it. Now how to find x? X will be 1 by 15 multiplied to 1 by 5. This 1 by 4 shifts to the right hand side, so it becomes multiplied to 4 by 1. Obviously 4 goes up and 1 comes down, so 4 by 1. Now easily we can find out the value, 4 by 75, right? So you can follow this method for fractions like this, or when you have simple whole numbers you can go for this method. Clear? Now let's solve bit number 3. 1.6 is to x is proportional to 0.12 is to 0.24, right? So we can write it in this manner: product of means is equal to product of extremes. If you want you can write it, if you don't want don't write it, but you should understand what are the means and what are the extremes. Okay, so these two are the means and these two are the extremes. So x multiplied to 0.12 is equal to, because since they are in proportion it will be definitely equal, that is equal to 1.6 multiplied to 0.24. So x will be equal to, now 0.12 is multiplied here, so this side 1.6 multiplied to 0.24 divided by 0.12, right? Now we can solve it. 1.6 can be written as 16 by 10, right? 0.24 can be written as 24 by 100, okay? And 12 is in the 0.12 is in the denominator. So 0.12 is same as 12 by 100. So when you have 12 by 100 in the denominator, when you are dividing it, when you multiply it, you will write the multiplicative inverse of 12 by 100. So that becomes what? 12 by 100 becomes 100 by 12. Since this was divided, right? 100 cancels out, 12 2s are 24. Okay, so we got here x is equal to, don't cancel it now because it will not be completely cancelled. 16 2s are 32 by 10, that gives us, reconverted back to decimal, 3.2. Clear? I think the idea is getting quite clear with everyone, right? Let's come to question number 3, bit number 1. So here you have to find out the value of x for the given terms which were in proportion. Now find the fourth proportional to, that means all these numbers, you remember students, there are 4 terms in a proportion always: first, second, third, fourth, right? The first and the last terms are the extremes, the middle 2 are the means. So you have to find the fourth proportional, that means already it is given that they are in proportion. So let the fourth proportional be x in each case. Yes, let the fourth proportional be x in each case, then you can follow the same method and find out. Clear? So we can write it directly also, since they are in proportion, so let the fourth proportional be x. So we can write it as, so which are the means here? 1 by 5 multiplied to 1 by x, and which are the extremes? 1 by 3 multiplied to 1 by x. So the unknown value, it's better to keep x on the left hand side, right? So in this question what we can do? We can write the extremes first so that x comes in the left hand side, right? So product of extremes is 1 by 3 multiplied to x, and what are the product of means? 1 by 5 multiplied to 1 by 7. Very simply, we know that in a proportion the product of extremes should be equal to product of means. So here x is in the extreme, so let us write x on the left hand side, product of extremes, right? So that implies x is equal to, now what is there on the right hand side? 1 by 5 multiplied to 1 by 7. Obviously 1 by 3 goes, if shifted to the right hand side, becomes 3 by 1, right? So that becomes x is equal to 3 by 35. Nothing cancels out here. So this way you can easily find out the fourth proportional. So always take the fourth proportional to be x. Let's come to the next one, 5.1. So here students also you can see the extremes, extreme is x. So 5.1 multiplied to x is a product of extreme. And what are the means? 8.5 multiplied to 1.8. Clear? So very easily we can find out now 8.5 multiplied to 1.8 whole divided by 5.1. So that implies x is equal to 85 by 10 multiplied to 18 by 10, and this is 5.1. So 5.1 is 51 by 10 in the denominator. So that becomes, the multiplicative inverse will be 10 by 51, right? 10 cancels out. 17 3s are 51, 17 5s are 85, right? Now we have here 3 6s are 18. Then 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10. So 5 also cancels out immediately. So we got here x is equal to 3. Clear? So I hope you all are getting clear with this. Now students, let's come to the next question. Question number 4. The question is, find the mean proportional between 81 and 100. So there are 4 terms, you know, but here you are given only the extremes. 81 and 100 are the extremes, right? So here in this case, what I'm going to do, students, let the mean proportional be x. So you're going to write in this manner: 81 and 100 are the extremes. So the middle 2 terms will be x and x, right? So 81 and 100 are the extremes and the middle 2 terms are x and x. So obviously now you have the means as x. So the product of means is x square. X into x is x square. And what is the product of extremes? 81 multiplied to 100. Yes. So that implies, you know, that x is equal to what? The square root of 81 multiplied to 100. Whenever you have a square on the left hand side, when it shifts to the right hand side, it becomes square root. Clear? So now easily you can just find out 81 can be expressed as 9 into 9 and 100 can be expressed as 10 multiplied to 10. Clear? So we got here, for this 2 9, let us write 1 9. For this 2 10, let us write 1 10. So we got here x is equal to 90. Clear? So in this way you are going to find it out. Let's come to bit number 2. Clear? 0.32, so let the middle terms be x and x. 0.32 comma x 0.08. Clear? So now let us write it. The product of means is x square. The product of extremes is 0.32 multiplied to 0.08. X square is equal to, let's solve it, 32 by 100 multiplied to 8 by 100. So that gives us x square equals to 256. Multiply these two and this is 1 2 3 4. So that implies x is equal to the square root of 256 by 10,000. The square root of 256 by 10,000. And we know that the square root of 256, you can also find it out, 16 is a square root. And what is the square root of 10,000? It's 100. So we got the answer as 0.16. Okay. Now let's solve bit number 3. Here also you're given the 2 extremes. So 7 by 11 x 9 by 308. So the product of means is x square. Let us write the product of extremes. 7 by 11 multiplied to 9 by 308. Clear? So x square is equal to, now let's cancel it. 7 4s are 28. 7 4s are 28. So we got here 9 by 484. So x will be equal to the square root of 9 by 484. So I think you all can find the square root by prime factorizing or by the long division method that you have already learned. The square root of 9 is 3 and the square root of 484 is 22. Okay, so you can just prime factorize it and also find the square root. So you can see here this is equal to 484 is equal to 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to 11 multiplied to 11. Yes. So just take one of each pair. That means out of this 2 take 1 2 and out of this 2 11 take 1 11. So you got here 22. So if you find the square of 22 you will be getting 484. That means the square of 22 is 484. So the square root of 484 is 22. Clear? Now let's come to question number 5. Find the third proportional to. Okay, so find the third proportional. So you are given only 2 terms here and you are supposed to find out the third proportional. So in this case students, you are going to repeat the middle term, the means. That means here 6 is the extreme, 9 is the mean. The next mean will also be 9 and the fourth term will be x, right? You're going to solve in this manner, okay? That means you are going to repeat the second term. Second term and third term should be taken as same, okay? So now we can write it down. Product of extremes is 6x. What is the product of mean? 9 into 9. So x will be equal to 9 multiplied to 9 divided by 6. So we got here 27 by 2. I can convert it to mixed fraction. 13 whole 1 by 2. Clear? Now let's come to bit number 2. 5 whole 1 by 3 is same as 16 by 3. The second term is 6. Take the third term also to be 6 and let the fourth term be x. So obviously now the product of the extremes is, in the product of extremes you have x, so take the product of extremes first. 16 by 3 multiplied to x is equal to the product of means 6 multiplied to 6. So x will be equal to 6 multiplied to 6. Now 16 by 3 goes to the right hand side, so it is the multiplicative inverse 3 by 16. Clear? So x will be equal to, let's cancel it, 2 3s are, 2 8s are, 2 4s are, 2 3s are. So we got here 27 by 4. That is equal to 6 whole 3 by 4. Now let's come to the last question for today. Bit number 3. 4.2 0.7. 4.2 0.7. So take the next third term also to be 0.7 and the last term to be x. So let us write down 4.2 multiplied to x is the product of the extremes and these two are the product of means. So x will be equal to 0.7 multiplied to 0.7 whole divided by 4.2. So this will give us 0.7 can be written 7 by 10. 7 by 10 multiplied to 42 by 10 is 10 by 42 now, the multiplicative inverse. So 7, 6 are 42. Then we can also cancel it. 2 5s are 10, 2 3s are 6, 5 2s are 10. So how much we have got here? 7 in the numerator and 10 to the 23s are 60 in the denominator, right? So I hope students with this your idea must be clear regarding how to find the unknown term, how to find the fourth proportional, how to find the mean proportional and how to find the third proportional. Okay, so please keep practicing these numbers, complete your assignments, and in the next class we'll be solving some more important questions on ratio and proportion. Till then, study well and take care.